Holy shit. It's not good. All right, so we're out here in Lake Orion. This is a very special lake project we're gonna be working on. We're gonna be doing an elevated patio and retaining wall back here. And overnight, we had a disaster. This retaining wall collapsed. And what happened is, I'll show you what happened, but let me show you over here and I'll give you an example of what happened. So this retaining wall was built, each of these bad boys weigh about 800 to 1,000 pounds. And these guys were stacked up like so. So they were all like this. You can see them here, right? So they were all stacked up, all nice, perfect, nice face. And what happened is we were digging this out, right? We're putting a patio here and we're digging this out, and this overnight collapsed. And as you can see, that the whole thing collapsed. The ledge rock fell, and this was a disaster. This was about 3 or 4 days worth of labor. So now we're gonna have to redo this. But what we learned is we should have done a retaining wall out here first, because we didn't want to dig out here. So if we do that retaining wall out there, what's gonna happen is we're gonna be able to keep our base rock up, and we're not gonna be able to, we're gonna be able to cut this down. So the night, probably around 12 o'clock, homeowner was up there. He heard a loud boom, and it like shook the house, and he came out and he saw this. And you know, he called our partner that we're working on this project and said, dude, this thing collapsed. I got a picture of this morning, and I'm like, oh man. But you know, it is what it is. It's construction, shit happens. Client's okay, you know, he's happy that it happened now as opposed to later. But what I think, which I know and I'm confident in, is when this patio is done, this is gonna be okay, right? This is gonna be okay. The problem, why this fell, is because they started excavating this down, and this spot was quite a bit lower than here. This holds back quite a bit of earth, right? There's a lot of weight here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build this again, and we're gonna build this stronger than ever, and we're gonna build that outer wall first. Once we build that outer wall, we're gonna be able to put base rock down, and then this wall will stay. So this will last forever. Just the way we decided to construct this project was the wrong way. And we're partnered up with our friends over there, Max and Josh, and this is what happened. And you know, I mean, it happens. I was just at another job site. We lost 12 grand on it because we made, or 14 grand, we made a mistake. I mean, mistakes happen in construction. And this is something we figure in all our bids is like, hey, every 10 jobs, you're gonna have 1 or 2 that you make a mistake on that you're gonna have to eat. You know, if I went to the homeowner and I said, hey, I need some more money because we built it wrong the first way, he's gonna tell me to pound dirt, and I'm with him. So we're the professionals, right? But you always need to understand when you're bidding a job, you're estimating, right? It's an estimated labor cost, estimated material cost, and the one thing you do know is overhead. But even that you're estimating because you're grouping your overhead with labor, right? If it's a 5-day job, you're grouping your overhead to that 5-day project. If it ends up taking 10 days, it kills you because then your labor is increasing and your overhead is increasing. So there's 2 things that you miscalculated when you bid a job. So this is an unfortunate chain of events. We're gonna be working with our partners over here making this right. And this is a difficult deal over here, but it's gonna get done. This is really hard access. You can see over here, very, 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 very hard access. This is a very, very steep mountain we got going on here. This is like a mini form of Mount Everest that we're gonna be doing. And we're gonna be going up and down. You see this bad boy? You can't ever see in the pictures, but let me show you. It's like hard to walk on this thing, you know? Pictures never do the justice, but you can kind of see how steep this thing is. It's nasty, it's steep. We had to put some gravel down just to be able to grip. We got our 303 on site. Our team over there has their Bobcat that we're working with. They got their Bobcat with tracks. Otherwise, you can't get a wheeled machine up and down this thing. This is a very difficult build. This is one of the more difficult projects we've done. We knew it was going to be difficult, but I think us and our subcontractor on this deal that we're working with, that we're partnered up on in this project, we both underestimated this thing. So, construction's like a beast, it's like an animal, and every day you're gonna learn something new, and every day you're either gonna make money or lose money or both, and you're gonna have shit like this happen in your business. Maybe, hopefully not as bad, but when you make mistakes like this, you learn. And luckily, we got a very, very amazing client that is understanding. He's with us. You know, he knows we're gonna make it right. But look at how big and heavy these things are, and they still move. So it just comes to show you, you know, do it right. There's no cushion here. You gotta do it right, and if not, you're gonna rebuild it. It's not easy to deal with, but you're always gonna have them in business. So it's important to say, hey, I'm learning, I'm gonna fail. Every time I fail, I learn. And sometimes you learn the lesson after you do it. Right now, I don't really know what the lesson is. Know that, hey, you're gonna make mistakes. Every 10 jobs, 1 or 2 of them are gonna be a mistake, and you may lose money. So always give yourself a cushion, put that in another cash account, keep some money aside for shit like this, because it's gonna happen. So I appreciate you listening to my YouTube channel. I hope this created some value for you. I hope you're learning from my mistakes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification button below, and let's show you the information here so you don't have a retaining wall collapse like us.